yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. I will fight for my right to.
So excited to have you and all my family and friends all over that have encouraged me down through the years. We're truly excited for you to be with us. And I have a special guest with me today, a man who is well known in these parts of Atlanta, Georgia. And he's from Covington, Georgia. He's a pastor, he's a businessman, he's a father, he's a husband. He loves God. And this is a very important Memorial Day weekend, so I'm honored to have him because he is a soldier. Because once you're a ranger, what? You're always a ranger. And he has written an incredible book. It's truly an amazing book. It's called The Character Traits Journal. And just a beautiful book. Now, this has been something for years that has been a part of his life. So tell me when you first started putting this in pen to paper.
Well, I have to go back to the beginning. I was had polio when I was real young. God healed me of that. And then I nearly failed the first, second, and the third grade. I didn't do well in school. I was always in trouble. Got kicked out of school.
Yeah.
And then all my family went to Texas A&M, and most all of them were in the Corps. And my dad was an Air Force pilot, so subconsciously I imagined I wanted to be like my dad. And so I applied to go to Texas A&M, and my grades and my SAT scores were terrible, so they wouldn't accept me. And so I had to go to another school as a part of the Texas A&M university system called Tarleton State University.
Yes.
Got in the Corps, and I said, you know, something's got to change. And it's me. And so I started studying character. How I got on it, I don't know, but I felt like I needed really to improve. And it's been a lifelong study, and the results were phenomenal, just phenomenal. I couldn't believe it. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I believe it's the character study that did it, not me, and of course God's help too.
Yes.
But went through the Army, and was in the Army for 3 years, and just had tremendous results. And then in commercial real estate, I had my own company here in Atlanta for a number of years, and God just helped me with
Yes.
character, being able to deal with things and people, and continued to study character. And then about, I guess 8 or 10 years ago, a friend of mine had a family of 4 kids, and he asked me to start sending them some information on character.
Yes.
So I did once a week in writing and in mail, and then we decided to do it on computer so he was sending it out to his relatives all across the country. And so we did it on computer. He could flip it out, and it just grew until I had kept studying these character traits. I had 180 of them.
Wow.
And I decided at that point, felt led of the Lord to put it in a book that we call the Character Trait Journal.
Yes.
It's 550 pages, and it's
Yes.
An in-depth study of these 180 character traits. And so it's just been a labor of love all those years, and we've shared it in our ministry and our church, and seen the growth in other people. It's incredible.
And it is an amazing volume that you put together. The work that must have went into this, I can't imagine, because just reading it, and it's so detailed. One of the things that I've noticed about the book, you use that 21-day habit.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that 21-day habit.
Well,
And some people are familiar.
over this period of time, these are a couple new revelations that make this effective. A lot of people read character books. Some have 40 traits or so, and you read it and you think, wow, this is great. I'm going to do this.
Yes.
But then you quickly forget it, because like Ben Franklin said, he says, my memory is great, but my forgettery is outstanding. And we all forget, and so it's in our mind. It needs to be in our subconscious. So psychologists have found recently that anything you practice 21 days becomes a habit. It goes from the mind to the subconscious, and you just automatically do it without thinking. And it can't be stolen or lost over time. So that's a great help in that. When a family takes this, this book will reinstall the father in the home as the teacher and the high priest in the home, where he can very easily read the narrative on a character trait on a Sunday or afternoon or whenever it's convenient for the whole family to get together, and then he can give them the bullet points that define it, the definition section, copy it in advance and hand it to everybody in the family, and says take it to your prayer corner and ask God to quicken this to your heart every morning for 21 days. And then go out in the world and be a test pilot with it for God, and come back and tell us what you find. And so now we've got a reason for the family to gather again on the dinner table instead of watching MTV and doing this. So the 21 day is real important. Then you get the synergy of the family, everybody reporting everybody's ideas and the excitement. And then the other thing that we found over those years is that Jim Lear, who wrote the book The Only Way to Win, was a success coach up north, and he had an institute. People would come there, very wealthy, usually people, and he would teach them how to be more successful. And occasionally they'd come to him on the side and said, Jim, I got all the money I could ever want. I can do anything, go anywhere, buy anything. I got respect, but I'm not happy. Why am I not happy? And so he said, I don't know, but I'm going to find out. So he hired a bunch of scientists and psychologists and so forth, and they studied how that out in the world you can climb the ladder of success, but you can get all the way to the top and you'll find it's empty. It won't make you happy. We all need to climb a little bit, and you will receive more pay, but if that's all you're about, it's not going to be much fun. So then they found out that there's an area of our brain that dumps dopamine, exactly what it's called, dopamine on the endorphins, and it gives you feelings of euphoria and of happiness and joy, and whenever you gain character, you feel better about yourself, you like yourself better, and you know that you can be more capable of dealing with life, and so those two things really come together to show us lately that this character thing
Feel gooder.
Yeah, feel good. That word. You know, before it, that was what it was.
One of the words that the young people use as a slang word is dope. Now, I don't know, it means really a good feeling, something that's really super, something really great. You know, it's a dope, you know. So I don't know if some smart young person knew about that word dopamine somewhere and just said dope. I don't know.
I don't know either.
But so that's, but this is not your first book that you've written. You've written a very impressive history of your family and your lineage in Texas, but it's a great history of Texas and that part of Texas, in that valley where you grew up and your family, spread out. It's an incredible story that you tell in that book, and just how your family kind of just through the ups and downs and all that in that part of the country at that time. Tell us just a little bit. The name of the book?
The Spirit of Texas.
The Spirit of Texas. So that's another excellent book. But how can they get this book, The Character Trait Journal?
Well, you can go online at thecharactertraitjournal.com.
Okay.
And there's a book trailer there, and there's a way to buy it there. Or you can go to winstonmenzies.com. You can go to creativepublishing.us.
Okay.
Or you can go to Amazon.
Okay.
It's available on all of them.
Well, thank you so much for being with us, Pastor Menzies. I hope you check this book out, because I'm telling you, once you start reading it, some of the narrative in it is just amazing. I mean, some of the stories, the history in this book is astounding, and it will really encourage you. I'm telling you, it will really establish and instill something in anyone. But I'm saying this especially for men and young men. This is what we need, is character. And this is what is lacking in so many of our lives, is character, because that's what keeps you, for lack of just put it straight, that's what keeps you going on the right track and keeps you out of trouble. It's the strength of character. I mean, it really does. So please check the book out. Get a copy of it. Tell others about it. It's called The Character Trait Journal by Winston Menzies. Okay? Check it out. And we're so glad that you came to share with us today,
It's
Pastor.
an honor to be with you.
Thank you so much.
Love you, man.
Yes,
Great friend.
yes, sir. Thank you so much for coming, and we look forward to working with you.
Honor to be on your program.
Yes, sir. And
For the major boy.
yes, and being our first interview, we really appreciate Pastor Menzies for just coming and sharing with us today. And friends, please look for the book. Like he mentioned, you can get it on Amazon. Several sources you can get it from. We'll put all of that up on the screen as well, so you can take advantage.
To survive, 'cause I'm fighting for a better way. I will strike with all my might as I rise to those better days. War and poverty, so many things going on, and it really does bother.
Hey, congratulations to all my college graduates, high school graduates. You've done the hard work, but you know the work continues, so you got to get out there and make it happen. But enjoy this time of celebration with your family and friends, loved ones. You know, enjoy the summer. Hey, but you know, we got to get back out there. Some of you are going to continue your education. You're going to be working. You're going to be traveling. Some of you are going to be traveling overseas. Hey, it's the Memorial Day weekend. Be safe. You know, look out for those others that are driving, okay? And no texting while driving. Please, don't text. It could get you in a wreck. But I want to introduce you to my friend Peter Hall. And he's just a beautiful man. And I really appreciate Pete so much. And Pete has been in business. He started his business in Jersey, and then recently came to Atlanta, actually Lithonia, Georgia, and started a PRH Trading LLC here, and it's a Army and Navy surplus store. And I'm telling you, we are so glad that to see the success. The store has moved to Decatur, and things are happening at PRH. Pete, tell us a little bit about how you got started with your business.
Well, I have to take you back over 35 years
Oh.
to my time in Brooklyn, New York, and a jeans store back in the jeans singles had.
Yeah, jeans. I remember name some of them jeans. You remember some of them?
Jordache, Calvin Klein.
Remember when those things was called $7,500 for Jordache and Calvin Klein jeans? That was the latest and greatest thing, wasn't it? I remember buying my niece a pair of them jeans. I think it was $75 for one pair of jeans. But anyway, that's how you got started.
Yeah, so that was my start in business.
Okay.
And from that, I transitioned into the Army Navy
Okay.
because it was a more stable product
Yeah.
compared to the jeans, which were constantly changing styles and popularity.
True.
And so since about 1980, I've been doing Army Navy supplies.
Oh, since 1980. Wow. That's over 36 years. 37 years. Congratulations. That's really awesome.
So from Brooklyn, we moved to Irvington, New Jersey in '92, and then we were in business in Irvington from '92 until 2013 when we came down here to Atlanta.
Awesome. Now, tell us a little bit about some of the things that you really want to see happen with your business. I know you've been in business for almost 4 decades. What are some of the things that have changed? Tell us, because I'm sure some aspiring business people that are looking to find a niche. How did you find your niche? How did you find your niche with Army and Navy surplus?
Well, really, I've always liked Army and Navy goods for myself, going back even before I started selling it.
Yes.
And over time, when I started selling it, I noticed that the Army Navy styles did not change. Camouflage is camouflage is camouflage. And certain styles just basically didn't change, or they changed very little. So that pushed me further into it because it was something that I could keep up with compared to trying to keep up with contemporary things.
Yes.
So with that, I kept developing the Army Navy side of things, and that's kind of where I am now. But back to what you're saying, as far as the way things are now, compared to things, the speed of things, things are moving so fast.
Right.
Like this interview we're doing now.
Yeah.
10 years ago, this wasn't on my radar.
Right.
Now it's a necessity.
Yeah. So you have to reach people in that moment now. Because people are traveling, people are so mobile now, and they move a lot more too. So it's important. But you decided to establish a new location in Decatur, and okay, we have you on the screen, and you're at 5631 Covington Highway in Decatur, and it's really right in the center of busy area. How are you finding that the acceptance? How is the acceptance of your business in that area?
Thankfully, it's been good. It's really been good. People are happy to see us there. They're very encouraging. They're very welcoming to us, and they're saying that they will support us because the alternatives to going somewhere else is so far away.
Yeah.
So with that, I think we can be very successful in this spot.
Yeah. You. I think so too. I really do. And you expanded your services with. Tell us some of the extra services that you're providing now.
Okay, we do faxes. We do rotaries, and we also make keys.
Yes.
And those services like copies.
Yes.
Limited copies of copies, but those are basically the everyday little things that people need.
Right. And how have you expanded your variety of items that you offer?
Being in a bigger location, that's given us the opportunity to have more items than I carried before. So I'm still filling out what people want, but really the sky's the limit as far as camping gear, as far as security gear, as far as children's sizes, ladies' sizes. So it's still a work in progress, but I see good things in the future.
Definitely. And it's just good to see a good, wholesome business in our black communities because it's really needed. And so, I really appreciate that you did set up in the heart of the black community. And of course, much continued success to you and Miss Carolyn. Now, we can't forget about Miss Carolyn. If we don't mention her, she'll fight both of us. She'll probably fight me first, and then she'll get you. But we want to, because they have been, worked this thing together for years, and so they're really providing a good service. Also, not just, and of course, we're saluting our military men and women this week, and that's something we should always do. We shouldn't wait for the holidays to salute our military men and women. We need to congratulate them and just let them know, and constantly be praying for them, and just seeing what we can do to just benefit them, because they're the ones that are really carrying the load and keeping us safe. I mean, you're thinking about what's going on in the world right now, and thank God that we are as safe as we are, because it is so much going on. So we want to salute our military men and women and those families of our military men and women who stay at home and take care of the home front. And so we salute you on this Memorial Day weekend. We salute all of our soldiers from wars past, because that's what has kept this country safe for over 240 years now. So we are excited. Pete, I know you always are having good deals there at the store. What are some of the items you're highlighting right now?
Right now, basically, shorts are very much in demand. We have the camouflage shorts in approximately 12 different colors, solids and camouflage colors.
Yes.
And t-shirts to go along with that, and also tank tops. So that's kind of our summer pushing things.
Okay, cool, awesome. The beautiful thing I like about Pete's store is that he offers items for men, women, and children. So, hey, we just, if you're in the Decatur, Georgia area, the address is up on the screen there, 5631 Covington Highway. And if you're familiar with Decatur, it's easy to find. You can Google Pete very easily. Just when you Google, if you Google PRH Trading LLC, it'll take you right there on Google Maps. And Pete's also on Twitter. He's on Facebook. He's on Instagram. Pete's getting out there, man. Pete's doing it. I appreciate it. It's just good to have a good business in our community that's serving people and providing just a good service. And you get a lot of service people come in.
Oh, yes.
A lot of security people, a lot of law enforcement people. So, it's really a good service right there. And people really seem to appreciate what you're doing, Pete. So, just continue to grow and to prosper in every way. And the best to you and Miss Carolyn. And tell her from me, thanks for sitting in at the store while you did this interview. But that's my man Pete Hall at PRH Trading LLC. Now that's 5631 Covington Highway. That's in Decatur, Georgia. All right, so check Pete out. Open 7 days a week. Pete don't like to take breaks. It's open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and on Sunday 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Duck, uppercut to fight. I really can't avoid the Duke. It's been my life since 1940.